I just finished a live chat about E-tivity 6, and I know that I already shared a video about E5 and E6 and modifying expectations, but I found that maybe the discussion I had in the live chat that I forgot to record could be helpful to all of you. So I'm just going to go through this template that you have to fill in for E-tivity 6 with your group members. So for this case, so this is a grade 3 student, you would pick a unit in science or in social studies in order to make a task that you're going to assess. This could be any task that you've already seen or one that you come up with. So for example, if it's around plants in grade 3, you might come up with a task for that students have to demonstrate their understanding by doing some kind of activity. Then you would think about what grade level expectations in science um, under living things would that cover. So you're going to pick your overall and your specific expectations that you want to cover with that task. Then you're going to think of your language expectations and which strands would you use in order to complete this task. So for example, I might want students to read information and demonstrate their understanding of that information by picking up the important details, and this would be in the area of the task. So if it's on plants or living things, that's the type of text that I would give them to read in order to pick out those important details. Then what I would have them do is, let's say, create a presentation. So I would be covering media expectations, and I would have the expectations under media around creating a presentation, and I would have students take their information and put it in there, and then they would share it with the class. So you could think of those grade level expectations for science, for reading, or for writing and media, or writing or media, and put them all under grade level expectations. Then think of the descriptors in terms of the reading and writing, or even the oral, if you want to assess them how they presented orally. The descriptors that match the expectations you took, kind of like what we did in E5, and then come up with the modified expectations and your possible accommodations. The only thing that I would say right now that I find important to mention is that when you're going to assess either how they're reading and taking down the important information or how they are preparing their media presentation, you would not assess them on their knowledge of the science by how they present it or the information that they're able to take from the text that they have, because you always have to assess your content area separate from their abilities to read, write, speak orally, or prepare a presentation. So that's how you can do this task, and hopefully it helps. Within your groups, it might be helpful if there's someone who has an idea that no one else has, if no one else has started, if you have an idea, you can share what area of the curriculum that idea is in and the type of task you'd want to do. And then as a group, you can think about, okay, who's going to share the expectation, who's going to share the descriptors that match, and so on.